Hey everybody!
Hey.
Welcome to Sip and Sass. Jerry drank all his sip already.
Sorry.
For show number 1
Of our New York Summer 2024 tour.
surprise tour.
You guys.
I mean, our diehard fans already saw what the show is and are waiting. Listen.
Jeremy Jordan is not human. He is otherworldly. He is touched by God himself, and the things that he can do with his voice. That's not real. It's not real.
He's also a little bit sexy.
It's just not fair.
He's got just like this manliness about
Oh
him
my
that's
gosh.
kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And maybe one of my favorite parts of the show was looking over and just watching Jerry. He was just so enamored, and because insider tip or secret, Jerry was being a baby butt, okay, about it, and he was like so tired, and you were just being a butt. He's like, I'm just so tired, and this is stupid, and I'm gonna fall asleep in the show. It's true, he was having a tantrum.
I was.
And so
I own it. I was being a bitch.
So he for sure did not fall asleep in the show.
No. There were like 2 times I had long blinks. I did have some long blinks.
I did too.
But I did not fall asleep.
You guys.
Okay,
There
Dory
were
Brown.
so many times that we would look at each other like,
There were audible gasps.
are you seeing what I'm seeing?
And we would just go, oh!
Because from the literal first
Oh my
notes of the show,
gosh.
and I mean, first of all, there's this stunning LED screen, and like the whole, like when you're waiting for the show to start. Wait, hold on, side pin. The chandelier in that theater.
So beautiful.
If you know what I'm talking about, it looked exactly like the Celestial Room chandelier in the Gilbert Temple. It was stunning. Okay, anyway, but moving on. And so there's like water, like you can see the water like
And you
moving,
hear it,
and
like
you
the sound
hear
effect is
it,
playing.
and then like this light comes on in this distant house, and then the water, has the color. Okay, so that was just while you're waiting.
Yeah.
And then the show starts.
Oh. And then they raise up the curtain, and they are all posed in these most
whole
glorious silhouette, backlit silhouette. I mean, and I was like, oh,
And
there
they-
we go. I was like, okay.
And they
I
were-
am in.
They were like so precise,
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
every time I talk about, you have to have this energy in your body. Everything they did was
Oh
like,
my gosh. It was so like, bam, bam, bam.
and then it moved into this dance number that just made me giddy.
Oh.
Because like you said, it was like stylized.
It was stylized movement, less choreography.
But they would like move into this like circle,
And
like
they would
the whole group,
spin around.
and they would do.
And then they would like move and do like a wave. Oh my gosh.
Would you say?
It
Would you say you
was-
got theater wood like right off the bat?
Oh, I had a full-on wood, not just theater wood. It was ridiculous.
And so
No pun intended.
I see what you did there.
That was an accident.
So literally, like from that first minute, we're like,
Oh my gosh, I was so invested.
and I have a confession to make. I have never read The Great Gatsby, and I have never seen any movie version of The Great Gatsby. I knew nothing about the story at all. I was there because the sets looked pretty on the Tonys and Jeremy Jordan.
Well, they weren't on the Tonys, so I don't know what you were watching.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were not. They didn't get nominated for a single Tony. Not one.
Where did I see
Which
Jeremy Jordan
is
singing?
ridiculous.
That set
Ridiculous.
should have won
The
things.
whole time I was like, Dory Brown. All I was thinking was, Dory's got to see this. I texted at intermission and I'm like, we have decided that you are coming to New York and we are seeing shows, and you don't have an option. So get your shit together.
I don't
Angel, you're coming.
know why that show wasn't nominated for its set.
Nothing. For nothing.
Its costumes.
Oh.
I mean, it had 2 full-size
Cars.
antique cars that were
Drivable cars.
stunning. Just stunning that they drove all over the stage.
Oh my gosh, it's
Okay,
insane.
I haven't even read any of the bios, but the kid who plays Nick, who I was like, that's not Jeremy Jordan? He's like, he comes later.
Yeah,
and I
like,
was stressing out
hello.
because I'm like, I kind of feel like this is Nick's show. And
His name is Noah Ricketts.
well, he's just so great.
I'm in love with him.
And anyway, I was like, this is Nick's show and Gatsby is just part of it. And the girl who played Jordan, okay, so good. And Ava Noblezada, please. I'm so sure. Here's my one critique.
Oh,
I have a critique.
tread lightly, because I didn't like her until this, and I was like, holy shitballs.
Yeah, I have one critique on Jeremy. Buckle up. His first song, which is about Daisy, he is choosing, because the man can sing, like, knock walls down with his volume.
Yeah.
He's singing so softly and lightly, you can't even hear it. You can't understand it.
Disagree.
Don't agree. It's okay. Dana agrees with me.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it was like, I'm sorry, why can't I hear you? Like, it's like, okay, pick it up. But he made up for it. Okay, he made up for it.
No.
There was a song called Everyone's a Little Bit Shady. I really liked it. The guy singing it kind of drove me nuts because
His raspy voice.
he was super like,
gravelly.
well, he was trying to growl
Yeah,
it,
was
the
cool.
whole thing.
I thought it was cool.
But they had these trench coats on.
It was Cape-ography.
But it was Cape-ography with it.
Totally Harry Potter.
It was so cool.
What?
And then there was a tap dance number.
Yeah. Which, that's recorded. There were only 4 people. That's recorded. Jenny Hansen. Was that recorded? Was those taps recorded?
Oh,
Or was
I don't
that
care
live?
what. They were freaking
It
phenomenal.
was amazing. It was amazing. But I think those were recorded. I don't think those. I think they were
The
enhanced.
taps were recorded.
The tap was recorded.
So
I
you
think.
could hear it better.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong, people at the Broadway community.
But you guys,
It was so good.
the,
How did it not get nominated for a single Tony Award? How?
the set
How?
could make me weep. There is this
The
one
greenery,
set.
the greenery alone.
It's
Do you
his
know how
cottage.
expensive greenery is?
Yeah.
If anyone has ever done a show and you had to buy greenery, you know how expensive greenery is.
So Nick rents
Oh my
rents
gosh.
a small summer cottage on Gatsby's property, right?
The pool. They climb out of the
Yeah,
swimming
they climb
pool,
out
which
the
is the
swimming
pit.
pool, which is the pit.
Stop it. Die.
Anyway, this
Die.
set comes on for the summer cottage, and that's the moment where I literally grabbed Jerry's leg and I was like, because it's a mixture of actual built set and the screen behind it.
Yeah, the LED. The first number ends. Backtracking. First number ends. I lean over to her and I go, "That is a lot of money on that." There are fireworks in the show.
That's true.
Like sparklers. It's insane. There's a thunderstorm on stage. A thunderstorm.
And 2 cars, and then I think they were meant to be willow trees, right? Willow trees.
The Weepy Willows.
They were so pretty.
Oh
They
my
were
gosh.
so pretty. They were so
The
pretty.
lighting.
It was-
they were dancing in boxes of lighting. They were like shafts.
They
of
made
light
square
that were, like,
boxes
thick,
instead of round circles.
full of smoke. So it was like he was in a box, and then it like moved, and he moved into another box. I was like, how did this lighting not get nominated?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the nuance and the emotion that it evoked, and oh my gosh, it was just how did it not get nominated? I can't.
I know.
It's so good.
It really is so
It
good.
is so
Can I please talk about the
good.
Weeping Willows?
Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't know. It must be at least 5 million tiny crystal beads that are hung in these on like fishing line, but like in I don't know how to explain it other than think about what a weeping willow branch looks like, and that's how
Google
they
it.
hung. And it was just the lights were
It was
like
gorgeous.
shimmering off these beads, and
Oh my gosh. It's so pretty.
It was just so pretty.
It
Everything
was
was
visually
so,
stunning.
so amazing. And of course, you know, they did everything.
And
There
we
was
had an understudy for a girl that I loved.
Myrtle. Yeah, she was an understudy.
She was so good.
There was one time where two in the whole show where they turned the lights off for a scene change, and I literally was like, "What is happening?" Because every
you don't see
other
blackouts anymore.
you don't see blackouts, and every other scene was
biggest pet peeve, I hate
All
blackouts.
Vista, where they, you know, it was just moving one into the other, and it was fabulous. And I was like, "That's so weird. Why did we turn the lights off?" And it felt so jarring.
Yeah.
I was like,
I hate blackouts. I hate
It just took me out of the. Yeah, don't do blackouts.
I hate
You
them.
don't need them.
Like, we get it, the scene is over. Move on. Ugh.
Yeah.
Blackouts are so stupid.
Figure it out. You don't have to have full blackouts.
Ryan Nixon, that's the girl who was the understudy, and she was insane. Hi, Raya. I know you're watching.
It
Great
just
job
was
today.
genuinely, I absolutely loved every
It was so good.
second of it.
This is one that I would see again.
I would watch it again
I would-
just to see that set.
I would pay more money to have a closer seat. We sat
Yeah.
3 rows from the very back in the balcony. I'm telling you, I would pay the floor. I'm ripping my glasses off. I would pay the floor prices. After the show was over, we went down and tried to like sneak in and like see. They were closing the doors, so it was too late. But I would pay more money to go sit closer. I mean, holy cow!
Well, that and just to sit closer to Jeremy Jordan's freaking face. You guys, he does this thing where he starts, you know, and this like,
she's
I know I can't. But then it would just like
That's
go
so much
from the
power.
swamp, and it would just like
And
explode
he
out
held
of
that
him.
note for 12 days.
Yeah, it was like,
In the second act, he holds this note.
and his vibrato is just so delicious.
Oh my gosh.
On every level, and his
He's not
tone.
human. He is not human.
It was so delicious, and
I hope he is the nicest guy.
and
I
Ava
really want him to be nice.
Noblezada was super good, and they kiss a lot. There is a lot of kissing in
Her
that show.
voice is butter. Okay, so I did not see her in Hadestown, but of course I've listened to it 1,000 times.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
I
like,
don't care for the original cast recording of Hadestown.
but she doesn't bother me. Like,
Yeah,
she
she's
doesn't
fine.
bother me. It's like, no, whatever.
I just don't like Patrick Page.
That's another topic, dear.
I know.
However, she in this, her voice, and she does like these little like flippy, licky thingies, like riffy thing, and I'm like, it is so glorious, and I'm like, your voice is yummy. It's just like, it's so smooth, like you could smear it on toast and eat it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so listen,
big fan.
we're big fans.
Big fan.
I think there are people in this town who aren't,
Please go see this.
but it's
If you're not seeing this, please go see this.
it is
You will
worth
be
it.
so happy you did. It is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys.
Yeah, this one gets high marks.
5
for me.
stars.
Five stars.
This one, you know how we rank them at the end? This one's the one to beat. I mean, I know it's the first, but you guys, the technical elements alone, then you add in Jeremy Jordan, and then you add in Eden, or Eva, whatever her name is, and that girl, the girl I read,
Jordan.
the golfer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
she can belt.
Yeah. Killer belter.
Oh my gosh, and she's hysterical. She's like a throwaway, sarcastic
She's the comic,
comic.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I loved the way that she read her lines. I was like,
Also,
funny.
one other thing I do have to say, because it can't all be perfect, the sound mixing definitely needed some help.
well, their mics did cut out more than one time, and I was
Yes.
like, even on Broadway.
And even in that whole opening number, I felt like the ensemble, because it's just the ensemble out there
Yeah.
doing the mix was not great. I was like, who's in charge here?
Yeah, I noticed
Do
that.
better.
I would say I noticed that in the opening number as
Yeah.
well, but I feel like it got better. It got better.
Yeah, it did, but that was I was like, what are my only complaints?
But then the
Jeremy
sound
needed to sing
cut out.
louder, and then there was some sound issues.
That was weird. I'm like, on Broadway, why is the sound cutting out?
Come on, there's billions of dollars
Okay,
on that
I
stage.
need to know how much money it costs to run that show.
Yeah.
Because there's so much money on that stage. So much money. I wanted to knock on the office door because you pass it as you're walking out, it says office. I wanted to knock on the door and be like, can I see your financials? I just need to know. I just need to know. I have to know.
And in conclusion, I would like to say that I did something today that I've never in the history of ever done. I wore a dress on my flight, and I wore a dress all day long.
And it was really pretty.
Even am I?
I mean, you can't tell right now because of the sweat as you're on everything, but she looked really good earlier.
That's very sweet. Anyway, thank you for coming to Sip and Sass #1. The Great Gatsby is a winner.
Please, I'm
Loved
not
it.
kidding. Go see it. Please.
Love, love, loved it.
So good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.